You're watching Station Zero.
So R.L. Stine's The Haunting Hour was a children's horror anthology series in the vein of Goosebumps and Are You Afraid of the Dark, which aired on the Hub network from fall 2010 and finishing its final season in the fall of 2014. It featured a variety of different child actors of the time, including Bailey Madison, Debbie Ryan, Robert Capron, and many more. Similar to Stine's other well-known children's horror anthology franchise, Goosebumps, The Haunting Hour would feature a different cast of characters in each episode who were involved in various frightening situations, with each week featuring a new main antagonist. From monsters and aliens to ghosts and witches, each episode was sure to have a different tone and feel than the last. So growing up, I remember watching this show religiously with my little sister, and we would discuss and speculate constantly about every episode, like which ones we thought were genuinely unsettling or ones that we just thought were extremely stupid. The Haunting Hour had quite a hit or miss reputation, especially towards the end of its run. But today, we're going to discuss probably the most infamous episode to come out of this series, and one that genuinely gave children nightmares. And that episode is Really You. So the episode begins with a very unsettling series of shots, which pans over various plastic dolls sitting on shelves in a workshop, before a pair of hands can be seen holding the decapitated head of a doll, which stares lifelessly into the camera, just like My Will to Live. We then hear the voice of an old woman who claims that the doll's not good, before tossing it across the work table, giving me a flashback to my childhood. We then get a glimpse of our main character for this episode, Lily, played by Bailey Madison. So Lily is absolutely the definition of a complete knob, as we see her anxiously pacing back and forth demanding to know when her package will be delivered. Sounds like Gen Z. She starts nagging her mom to purchase more accessories for her new doll, almost spilling coffee in the process, and making me want to end it all. We then get to meet Lily's older brother Brandon, who's thinking exactly what we're all thinking at the moment, and tells them to stop buying her shit. To which her father says that it's hard for her to make friends. Gee, I wonder why. Maybe if you didn't spoil her every 5 seconds, she'd be a bit more tolerable. But what do I know? We then see Lily damn near having a panic attack over the new spring line, to which she barks at her mom to order like the dog that she is. Her mom tells her that they can't afford anything else, to which Lily has the bright idea to tell her to finance it. And of course Dad encourages her by calling her smart, leading to what I'm sure will be a messy divorce. Anyway, fast forward and we see a vintage white car pull into the driveway as a blonde-haired woman steps out doing her best Margot Robbie from Barbie impression and introduces us to my sleep paralysis demon, Lily D. And I'm sorry, but I just have to point this out, but what the hell is the photographer doing? Is he just shooting the back of Brandon's neck hairs? I told you, Jerry, you're not allowed to be within 50 feet of a child, and yet here we are. So Discount Barbie informs them of the opportunity to have a spa day for the girls and Lily D for just a low price of $229. But don't worry, all of those pictures of Brandon's neck hair are included for free, which is a steal if you ask me. Now of course Lily's cuck of a dad agrees, leaving me to question my faith in humanity. Now as we all head to the salon together, we learn that Lily D can get her own working cell phone, to which her mom says fuck all, but Lily D assures that daddy will buy it for her like the beta male he is. Fast forward a little bit and we can see Lily bragging to her friends about Lily D and showing off all of their matching outfits and accessories, all the while shitting on her friends for being broke. Lily's friend Rachel claims that Lily D told her doll a secret, causing old Lily to freak out and almost pop a blood vessel. Damn, if only. Lily demands that Rachel tell her what Lily D said, to which she tells her that Lily D doesn't like her, and who could blame her? Real Lily then proceeds to perform a heinous fatality on Rachel's doll, making me wish that roles were reversed. Now a few minutes later, Lily's mom barges in and claims that Rachel's mom doesn't want her coming over anymore. Lily could give fuck all though, as she's too busy straightening Lily D's hair to give a shit. Meanwhile, Lily's mom finally has some common sense for once and decides that she needs a break from Lily D, and as she snatches up the door and takes it into her room, causing Lily to throw a temper tantrum like an overgrown toddler. Back in Mom's room, we see as she starts talking to Lily D before smiling and caressing her head, causing me to feel a bit uncomfortable. And as she leans down and gives her a hug, we see what only can be described as pure nightmare fuel.
No! No!
Later that night at dinner, Lily's mom can be seen sitting next to Lily D, who has a full plate of food. She claims that Lily D is there as her guest and not Lily's, causing us all to feel like Brandon at the moment, who says that they all need counselling. Nah mate, I think they need an insane asylum at this point. Cut to a few scenes later, and as the family are finishing up with dinner, Lily and Lily D are left at the dinner table alone, before we hear a scream and something toppling over off screen. And everyone comes in to see what the fuss is about, before they notice that the whole bowl of gravy has been poured over Mom's laptop, causing it to self-destruct. Lily claims that Lily D did it, and everyone's looking at her like, But obviously no one believes her, and her mom basically calls her a liar in a disappointment, all the while praising Lily D, who was just sitting there like a well-behaved angel. Oh, if only she knew. Fast forward to the evening, and Lily's mom blames her husband for spoiling her all these years, to which he claims that it's just hard for him to see her unhappy. Meanwhile, Lily's mom is tucking Lily D into bed, and Dad's asking the real questions here before telling her that that thing is not sleeping in the bed with them. Like an angry Karen at a Starbucks, Mom proceeds to give him the look of a disapproving parent, causing Dad to submit like the bitch that he is. Later that night, Lily's dad can be seen lying awake and second-guessing his life choices before storming out and putting Lily D back into Lily's room. All seems calm before a shadow crosses over and we get our first jump scare of the episode. The next morning we see Lily's mom's wonderful parenting in action as she begins making a plate of food for the door, all the while completely disregarding her actual daughter. Great work, Mom! Brandon claims that she's obsessed with the doll before getting called out for assuming her gender. We then learn that Lily's dad is leaving that evening for a business meeting, just like my dad left for the milk. But hopefully this will turn out better for them than it did for me. Later that day we see Lily return home from school and attempt to search for Lily D, but she can't seem to find her anywhere. She goes into Brandon's room to ask if he's seen the doll, to which he says no as he's too busy 360 no-scoping. Just then a shadowy figure passes through the hallway, causing Lily to almost faint. Thinking that she might just need to eat something, she heads downstairs and heats up a bowl of nachos before passing out like a drunk night on the town. Cut to an hour or so later and a freshly awoken Lily can be seen with black paint all over her hands. Confused, Lily's mom asks her if she stayed away from Lily D, to which Lily claims that she hid her. Lily's mom calls bullshit as she races up the stairs before letting out a gut-wrenching scream. As they all rush upstairs, they see the words "bad girl" written across the wall, and either their parents are just extremely kinky or something else might be afoot. Lily tries to blame the doll again, but Mom's not having it. Part 2 picks up a little while later and Brandon can be seen trying to comfort an inconsolable Lily. She tries desperately to convince him that the doll did it, but Brandon's still not convinced. Cut to them in their parents' room and Brandon must have seen one too many Paranormal Activity movies as he decides to set up a video camera to prove that Lily D is not alive. He then proceeds to pick the absolute worst hiding spot imaginable, making me second guess his intelligence. Later that night we get a scene that gave me nightmares as a restless Lily D steps out for a bathroom break before proceeding to get personal. The next morning, Brandon goes to investigate the footage, only to find that the SD card is missing. Brandon's mom then proceeds to go all Karen mode once again and screams at him for hiding a camera in her room. She once again starts talking to the doll like the crazy bitch that she is, as Brandon calls her out on her shit. Lily decides that now would be a good time for a nap and proceeds to pass out. Her mom then decides to take her to the doctor's, allowing Brandon and his friend to do some custom DIY disassembly on Lily D. They then perform some sort of Native American scalping ceremony which reveals a large warning sign that's been covered over by paint which reads, "Destroy this doll." That can't be good. They then place a very disheveled Lily D back into her chair as we see her perform some much needed self-chiropractic work. Later that afternoon, Brandon and his friend head down to the Really You store only to find that it's closed. They manage to sneak around back and enter in through an open door and proceed to snoop around for a bit. They soon discover a pediophobic's worst nightmare as dozens of dolls stare back at them. And as the pair enter a restricted area, they are again greeted by dozens of dolls scattered everywhere. They are soon followed by a decrepit old lady carrying a bow saw and talking to herself, which is just a normal Tuesday if you ask me. She then proceeds to tug on Brandon's hair like the dom that she is, before discovering the pair hiding behind some shelves. Thinking that they might be spies from the company, she threatens to curse their bosses for making her sell her business. We then come to find out that she's the doll maker, and that Lily D was supposed to have been destroyed, but the greedy company painted over her to make a quick buck. Capitalism, am I right? She tells the pair that Lily D's soul is bad and that she didn't want to be a doll. I don't blame her. She then pulls Brandon close and tells him to destroy the bitch before shooing them out. Back at the house, a very emaciated looking Lily heads upstairs, only to find Lily D holding a hammer, to which she smashes a mirror, granting her 7 years of bad luck. In all the commotion, Lily's mom runs upstairs to find the aftermath and once again blames Lily for the broken furniture. She then picks up Lily D before revealing her undying love to her, all the while I'm just sat there like...
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
Lily then falls to the ground as we see that she's lost all functionality of her leg as it's turned into plastic. She then barges into her parents' room attempting to show her mom her predicament before a very much alive Lily D incapacitates her. The pair then switch places in a pretty unsettling scene as we see a half-doll, half-human Lily lying on the floor. Lily D then tells her that her mom could like a doll but never love it, and that she could grow to dislike her daughter but she'd never stop loving her, before taking the form of Lily's body. Later that evening, Lily D, now pretending to be Lily, attempts to get on her mother's good side by doing all of the chores and being very overly affectionate. This causes the real Lily to get emotional as fake Lily runs to wipe off her tears. Lily's cunt of a dad then offers to buy her some more shit, to which fake Lily claims that she's through with dolls, and so are we. Brandon then senses that something might be off with this new Lily and confronts her. Fake Lily then threatens to kill him if he doesn't fuck off, before tossing real Lily into the trash, along with all my self-esteem. The next morning, as the pair get ready for school, Brandon notices a birthmark on the back of the doll's neck, which is the same birthmark that the real Lily had. Putting the pieces together, he realizes that the two have swapped places, and begins to chase after Lily D. Now convinced, her mother cradles the real Lily in her arms before telling her that she loves her, breaking the curse. All the while, Dad's just sitting there wondering what the fuck is happening. With the curse now broken, Lily D slowly begins to revert back into a doll and falls down into the middle of the road. She then attempts to get up and almost succeeds before... The episode ends with two girls discovering the mangled body of Lily D and arguing over who should get the doll. We then pan down and watch as Lily D grips a hold of one of the girls' ankles, causing them both to scream and run away, just like every woman I've talked to, leaving it open-ended as to what will happen to Lily D next. But that's a video for another day. So that was Really You, parts 1 and 2. Like I mentioned before, these episodes genuinely freaked my sister and I out when we were kids, and it got us hooked on the show. Rewatching it again now, they still hold up pretty well for a kid's show, and the twist of Lily turning into a doll is still a great one. The characters are pretty one-note and unlikable for the most part, but I'd say that we're off to a strong start. But what did you guys think of Really You? Did it freak you guys out as much as it did to me? And what episode would you guys like me to review next? Comment below and let me know, and be sure to like and subscribe for more content just like this. And remember, don't change the channel.
If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And turn on the bell to be up to date on our latest uploads. And remember, don't change the channel.